Number one, the design. So this is the Watch 7, and you can see that the entire body is round, whereas on the 8, the top bezel is round, but when you get below the bezel here, you'll see it's much thicker. So the watch is thicker overall. You don't notice it a ton, and obviously when you put them side by side, it's very noticeable, but when you're wearing it, you don't really notice the difference, and obviously they made it a bit thicker so they could add in a little more technology, so thus the design is a little different. You'll also notice that on the Watch 7, the home button does have orange around the button here, whereas on the 8, they removed any kind of coloring around the edge of the buttons here. So I actually like this better because the design is cleaner, whereas, you know, this one, it was always irritating. Even if you bought a really nice band, you still had that little color in the button on the side there. And also, just as a point of reference, so the bands that work on the Watch 7 will not work on the 8. They did slightly change how it connects, but if you go on Amazon, you can buy a connector. I'll link it on screen right here, and that connector you can use to use your watch bands on the 7 for the 8. So again, they won't work right out of the box, but with the adapter, they will work. Now, number 2 is going to be in the screen brightness. So if I turn both the screens up to the top brightness here, let's go full brightness. The Watch 7 has a 2000 nit screen as the max, and on the Watch 8, it has a 3000 nits brightness. So this one is going to be much brighter when you're outside. Basically everywhere I've been, I've always been able to see the watch. It's never been washed out. So 3000 nits here versus 2000 nits on the Watch 7. Number 3 is going to be in the operating system. So the Watch 7 has the Samsung One UI 7 software along with the Google Wear OS 5, whereas on the 8, it has the Samsung One UI 8 and the Google Wear OS 6. So it has the latest in software, and there's a lot of cool little quirks, and I'll just show you a couple here. So as I swipe through the 7, you'll notice every page has its own tile, and you really have to do a lot of swiping to see all the information, whereas on the 8 here, as you swipe through, they've condensed a lot of these tiles down so you can see multiple as you swipe. So there's less swipes, and they've just added kind of everything. So you only do a couple of swipes and you really can see all the information that is displayed. So I love that. I think this more consolidated look is just better. You can just get to your information so much quicker. And that's just one of many new details that they've added in the One UI 8. Another really cool difference is when you display a timer, there are real-time updates now. So just as an example, if I just set a quick timer here, when I go to the home screen, I can always see the timer right at the bottom here. And this is not just for timers, it's also when you're on a phone call and you swipe up, or you basically turn your wrist and you look at your watch, you can see how long the call is gone. If you're working out and you click away from the workout, you see in the live updates, it'll show you how long you've been in your workout. So this is just a new way that they're displaying information, and it's one of my favorite features of the Watch 8 and the new software. Samsung right now is testing the One UI 8 Wear software for the 7s, but they don't have an official release date of when the 7s will be updated. So right now, this is just exclusive to the 8s, just as an FYI. Moving on to number 4 is going to be the battery size. Now in this video, I'm specifically comparing the Watch 7 44mm and the Watch 8 44mm. The 7 44mm has a 300 milliamp hour battery, and the 8 has a 325 milliamp hour battery. Now I'm working on a battery drain test, and that is a separate video I'll be posting. This will actually give us real numbers so we can compare actually how much longer the battery is. According to Samsung's website, the rough numbers they give you is if you're not using the always on display, the 7 is supposed to get you about, I think 30 to 35 hours of battery, and the 8 is supposed to get you around 40 plus hours, and that's again not using the always on display. As you know, you have to test that because under different circumstances, those numbers are going to vary. So that video is coming soon, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss when that video does come out. Number 5, color options. So the Watch 7 came in 2 colors. It came in a silver, and a green. Now this is the green variant, which it doesn't look very green, but this is the green variant right here. Now in the 8, it only comes in silver and graphite. Now this is the graphite variant, and the body here is where you'll see the difference in the color. So again, green and silver for the 7, and the new colors are going to be silver and graphite. So number 6 is going to be the new running coach. So on the 8, when you go to the workout section, if you go to Samsung Health and you go down to workout, you now have a new running coach. If you swipe all the way to the beginning, there's a running coach that you can use. You can basically put in your goals, and it can help you with improving your speed time for running a mile or running multiple miles. And there's a way that it will put you on a program so you can work up to improving your numbers. So this is another really big feature. Now I'm going to incorporate all the software differences in this one category. So one is going to be in the running coach. That's one feature. Now aside from the running coach, there are a few other really cool software additions. Let's swipe up and I'll just show you a couple here. If you go to Samsung Health and you swipe down, there's now antioxidant index tracking. There is vascular load tracking as well. So these are just some of the other new features. Now, the question that I'm not sure about yet, and time will reveal this, but when the Watch 7 gets One UI 8, I don't know if they're going to add some of these features like the running coach and the antioxidant tracking and the vascular load. So time will tell if those features will be available, if that's more software or more hardware. But as of now, these are some of the new standout features you're going to get when you upgrade to the Watch 8. All right, so I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Now that you've heard the differences, are you considering upgrading, and do you feel the 8 has enough of a difference to make the jump? That's my question. Make sure you drop that in the comment section down below. Now I want to end the video with showing you how to get the best deal on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8. Right now, if you go to Samsung.com, and I'll link this in the description as well, so you can just go right to it, or actually just tap on this link right here on the screen. This will take you to Samsung's website, and there you can see the latest deals. But the biggest thing I want to call out is if you have a Watch 7 and you're considering upgrading, Samsung has an amazing trade-in deal right now. You can actually get $200 for your Samsung Watch 7 if you trade up to the Watch 8. Now, obviously, those trade-in deals can end any day. So if you're considering making that jump and you got the extra money, I would say go for it, because this new watch is nice. The new software is great, and I've just loved using it thus far. If you have a Watch 6, they're also giving some really great trade-in credit for that too. I want to say it's up to $175 for the Watch 6. If you're thinking about trading up, don't wait. I would say do it now while the trade-in deals are aggressive. The deals are always the best right around the launch, and then the deals kind of pull back after a few months. So I say pull the trigger now, jump on that great deal, and enjoy that new Samsung Galaxy Watch 8. If you got value out of this video, make sure you bump that like button down below. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what current smartwatch you have right now, and if you are convinced in making the jump to the Watch 8. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.